Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at hidden fates. We've got a bunch of new information about hidden fates and a bunch of stuff we need to have a little bit of a chat about. And a lot of it comes from the lovely folks over at IGN.com. Incidentally, I will swear by the Nintendo Voice Chat, Game Scoop, Podcast Unlocked, and Podcast Beyond podcasts. They're good video game podcasts. Make sure you check them out. Huge fan of all of them. So, what do we know? Well, the lovely folks at IGN have given us a bunch of images of cards from the set, and they've shown us a couple of shiny Pokemon GX. They have shown us Lucario and Charizard. Now, as it pertains to these particular Pokemon, we're not terribly surprised these cards came out in Japan and all of that. We knew they were coming, basically. Now, first of all, in terms of Charizard, this is going to be a money card. I did a video about this a little while ago, but essentially, by quite a wide margin, the most valuable cards around at the moment that you can just pull from booster packs are the Rainbow Rare Charizard GX from Burning Shadows and the Rainbow Rare Reshiram and Charizard from Unbroken Bonds. They are far and away the most popular, the most valuable cards. This shiny Charizard GX should join it. It should be a proper money card. We're looking at well over kind of $150 would be my guess. But the other important thing about these cards is a little A in the bottom left hand corner. You will notice they are alternate art cards. For the uninitiated or those that might have just forgotten, what this means is that the legality of the cards in tournament play will not be affected by these reprints. So you'll notice that Charizard GX has the Burning Shadow symbol and an A for alternate art. What that means is that Charizard GX will rotate out at the same time as the regular Charizard GX from Burning Shadows, which incidentally is before the set actually releases. By the time it comes out, it will already have rotated out. And that will be the case for a number of cards in this set. Hey ho, you can't win them all. We were also shown images of a couple of other shiny Pokemon. We were shown the shiny Buzzwole from Forbidden Light and the shiny Malamar from Forbidden Light, as it happens. Now, these ones will not be rotating out before they've released, and these are phenomenal cards. Now, they've been released before, there are other ways to get them, but Buzzwole is a phenomenal card, either on its own using stuff like Diancie, or in a Zapdos Ultra Beast deck. The key point is that if your opponent's got 4 prizes remaining, you can get a one-hit KO very easily on a Pikachu and Zekrom. That's a very good thing. As for Malamar, it accelerates psychic energy. It works beautifully with Ultra Necrozma, Giratina, and frankly, so many other Pokemon. It's kind of pointless trying to list them all out now. But the point is, we have an awful lot of really good cards. Any psychic Pokemon are made better with Malamar. And we don't need these cards. This is basically at the moment looking like a set for collectors and people that want to really bling out their deck. Because obviously getting all of your Malamar as the shiny kind of secret rare versions, as it were, is going to be the blingiest way to play Malamar. But if you're just interested in playing a Malamar deck, there really is no reason to go for this. Now, we also know that we're getting a bunch of full art supporters. We know that we are getting Cynthia, though again, it's an alternate art, so it will last as long as Ultra Prism lasts, though that will survive the rotation, incidentally. Now, we have already had a full art Cynthia. We did get one that came around in Ultra Prism. For my money, this is by far the better one because it's got Garchomp on the picture, but it's nice that we're finally getting it. Now, we've not had any other full art supporters released, but there are some that have been released that have not yet been released over here. Need to give a shout out to the lovely PokerGuardian.com, who have helped me out with a bunch of info here. They've got a really nice article, I'll link it in the description. But essentially there are 5 full art supporters that have been released in Japan that have not been released over here. One of them is Cynthia, which we've had confirmed will be in Hidden Fates. But we've also got full art versions of Ether Foundation Employee and Hiker. Gonna be honest, neither of those see any play. Fisherman, which sees a little bit of play here and there. And Guzman, which sees a phenomenal amount of play, but will have rotated before Hidden Fates actually is released. Still good for expanded, but not good for the standard format. There's no reason to believe that these will definitely be in Hidden Fates. They are just unreleased full art cards. But it makes sense that if we're getting one of the unreleased cards, we will get at least 1 or 2 more. I personally would be surprised if we didn't have Guzman in there. It's also interesting to note that in the most recent expansion, we did get Giovannis Exile. That was in Unbroken Bonds. But in Japan, they got a full art Giovannis Exile, whereas we didn't. So I suppose that actually makes 5 unreleased full arts in addition to Cynthia. Now, what is also really cool is that IGN have confirmed that there will be 4 secret rare or gold trainer cards which will be included in this set. Now, that makes a huge amount of sense. I did actually make a video a little while ago essentially asking the question, where are these stadiums? Now, I'll link that video in the description. We don't need to go into it in full detail now. But we have previously had full art versions of Mount Coronet, Ether Paradise Conservation Area, Shrine of Punishment, and Brooklet Hill, all of which have come out in Japan, some of them a little while ago. So it looks like we're just getting those 4, which is kind of cool. Now, we're also told that we're going to be getting 4 gold Pokemon cards. Now, look, to be perfectly honest with you, I did videos about gold Pokemon cards. We've already had the first Solgaleo, the first Lunala, and Ultra Necrozma. All of them have been released already. And I showed you a video the other day where the lovely folks at Total Cards had essentially confirmed that we will be getting the second Solgaleo and Lunala being released in a Premium Powers collection, not in the set proper. Because nowadays when these chase cards are released in products like that, they are taken out of the set. So, though we've not been told explicitly, that essentially confirms that the 4 Tapus, the Alolan Guardians if you will, Tapu Lele, Tapu Koko, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Fini, they will be the gold cards that we are getting in the set. There is a tiny outside chance that they're new, but I would be absolutely stunned. They're the ones that have come out in Japan that have not actually been released over here. But the other thing that was confirmed by the lovely folks over at IGN is that we are getting some just regular cards. So they showed us that we're getting Jesse and James, Arbok, and Weezing. Now, I have done videos analysing these cards in detail. I'll pop links to them in the description. Save you having a listen to a repeat of all that information. Now, long story short, they are hand disruption cards. But you will notice that they've got regular numbers. So there are actually 68 cards in the set proper. But if we have a look back at Cynthia, there's actually 94 SV cards, the kind of the special ones, the shiny ones. So there's actually 2 sets here within the same set. Now, in Japan, they were actually released in Sky Legend, and in theory, Sky Legend should be in our Unified Mind set. So essentially, what we've got confirmation of here is that some of the cards that should be in Unified Minds are being taken out of that set so that they can be put in Hidden Fates instead. The last confirmed piece of information is that the Stained Glass Window Freebirds, the amazing one, is going to be in this set. It is not going to be in Unified Minds. Incidentally, this is a promo. It's not going to be in the set proper. Sun and Moon 210, which means that the only place to get it is going to be as a promo. Though if you want to play that card clearly by a huge margin, this is the superior artwork to use. Now, the last point I want to bring up in this video, and this is speculation. We do still have the Brock and Misty trainer decks that we've seen or heard nothing about. Included in them are Starmie GX and Onyx GX. Again, we have no word that these will be in the set. However, there are 68 cards in the set proper. They've got to put something in those slots. And essentially, although it looks like there are going to be some cards from Unified Minds, essentially held back for this set, it does make perfect sense that the cards from the Brock and Misty's decks, including those two GXs, would find their way into Hidden Fates. Poker Guardian did suggest that. I was thinking that as well, purely because it makes sense to put them in, because we need to get them somehow, but that is pure, unadulterated speculation. Everything else I've said in this video is either confirmed or, come on, it basically is confirmed, given what we already know. But that is, unfortunately, pure speculation that we'll be getting those cards. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we know for now, and the things that we can be fairly sure about going forward. I think the key point here from Hidden Fates is that it's not really a set for players. It is a set for collectors and people that want to bling out their decks. Now, don't get me wrong, there are going to be some new cards in, as I've shown you, but if you're just a full-on player, these are the kind of things that can be bought as singles instead. But if you are a collector, someone who likes really shiny cards, or someone that wants to really bling their deck out, this could very well be the set for you. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we know about Hidden Fates, and I'd like to know how excited you are for this set. So please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays, where we talk about all kinds of games that don't even have to have any Pokemon in. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.